Former West Salem Superintendent Troy Gunderson is the third person to announce his candidacy for Wisconsin State Superintendent.
News 8 Now's Jordan Fremstad tells us how Gunderson plans to keep opportunities alive for every student.
Troy Gunderson has a campaign sign.
And I think it's time for me to give back.
For those who never knew Troy when he was superintendent at West Salem Schools, you'll learn his eyes light up when there's something standing in his way.
The future of our business is going to change a lot in the next 4 or 5 years.
A pandemic and a virtual education dilemma are just a few of the obstacles facing schools today.
It's going to be critical that public education plays a role in helping solve all of the social issues and produce the kind of workers and citizens we need.
Troy is taking his 35 years experience and life built on education.
My mother's a teacher, my father-in-law's a teacher, my wife's a teacher.
And applying it as candidate for Wisconsin State Superintendent.
And we're one of the few states where this position's elected.
Most state governors appoint state education leaders, but Wisconsin's constitution gives that responsibility to voters.
You become the voice for public education.
Troy wants to take his problem-solving skill set to produce ideas and answer questions.
Children have to be ready to learn when they come to school, and this is about 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds.
Large school districts often benefit the most in opportunities and facilities.
I'm from Colfax, Wisconsin. I graduated with about 50 people in my senior class.
Rural schools are still there, and Troy says people can't forget about rural America.
There are a lot of people who would like to live where you and I grew up, but they can't work there.
Internet is the problem, he says.
The virus has exposed the fact that internet connection around our state is really inexcusable that so many people aren't connected.
Troy says this pandemic didn't expose solely problems. It exposed solutions to problems that already exist.
If you have the appropriate internet connection, you can really work anywhere, and it opens the door for people to live lives that they wish they could, but they couldn't.
Connecting people to opportunities is the impact Troy says he can fulfill.
It's my responsibility, I think, or my opportunity to take my talents and give it back to the state of Wisconsin.
In West Salem, this is Jordan Fremstad, News 8 Now.
Gunderson served as superintendent of West Salem schools for 11 years. The primary election is set for February ahead of the April spring election.